This week's episode of NXT saw Rey Mysterio show up to help Dragon Lee compete against Dominic Mysterio. Noam Dar also lost the Fake Heritage Cup in his second title loss in a row, while Von Wagner and Spawnbreaker put on a hard-hitting match. So yeah, a lot going on in this week's episode of NXT, and we start things off with Axion versus Mustafa Ali. So let's get straight into it. And Ali started off strong and got the first takedown before Axion sent him outside. Scripson showed up on the entrance ramp, and before Ali dodged a big top rope move and got an earful. Newcomers Bronco and Lucian and then showed up alongside Scripps as the match went on, and Ali lifted Axiom with a triangle hold, locked him and slammed him on the mat. Ali grabbed Axiom in the mask before shoving him off the top rope on the floor outside. Ali then dragged Axiom back into the ring and hit the 450 splash, picking up the W. A bunch of superstars, including Asuka and Jiro, were on the ground backstage, and after an attack was given, they vowed to fight the Creed brothers tonight no matter what they had to do, and so that's coming up. But yeah, on the first match, it was a really good match to kick things off. Ali getting the win. The right decision, I think, for me. And yeah, kind of building him up. Axiom, I think, also looked good in defeat here because, yeah, it's a really good match, kicking things off. So 7 out of 10. But it's then time for Kiana Jordan versus Davenport. Jordan took a big boot early on before she was sent into turnbuckles in the corner. Blair set up Jordan up on the ropes and hit a double stomp to getting the knee strike onto the head for the win. After the match, Dana Brooke chased Davenport off with the belt. Of course, she could attack Jordan. Blair ran away and Brooke almost hit Jordan before backing off. And yeah, this gets 6 out of 10 from me. I think, yeah, this was a quick match, all set up to set up that match, and you know, in a way it kind of did its job pretty well. So yeah, gets 6 out of 10 for me, and presumably you're going to get that match next week. So yeah, intrigued to see what it'll be like. But yeah, 6 out of 10 for me. Kind of effective what it did, but yeah, nothing really to get me too excited, I have to say. But it's then time for Noam Dar versus Tyler Bate in a Counterfeit Heritage Cup match. Round 1 kicked off with Tyler locking the submission hold, but Dar reversed it before taking a drop kick to the face. They traded holds again. Before Dar get a takedown for a near fall. Tyler then got a big slam and they took each other out with clotheslines for the time hit 0. Round 2 was short with Bate getting a quick pin off the Tyler drive 97. We headed for Bate. Back on the NXT, we saw round 3 close with another double clothesline leading to near fall in favour of Bate. Dar went after the injured knee as the match went on, and Bate tapped out for a knee bar as round 4 rendered. Dar then had the advantage in round 5, but Taylor got a big suplex before being caught in a knee bar once again. Mensa got on the open and got taken out before Dar reversed the Tyler drive and got rolled out for the win to give Tyler Bate the win. And yeah, this gets 7 out of 10 for me. This is a great match. Dar is all leading into his heel persona. Worked really nicely. A great match. I think, yeah, big win for Bate as well. So 7 out of 10. Before the schism, we're still looking for the Creeds and beat down Tank for not knowing where they were. Before Dijak and Wesley were both trying to walk to Carmelo Hayes, but the champ ran off. Dijak got angry and destroyed Lee in the locker room as NXT continued, and before Ilya showed up and called Trick Williams out to the ring. Williams showed up and Ilya blamed him for the loss at the Gab. Trick said it was Dragunov's same fault for losing the match for channeling into a match at Heatwave, and Ilya agreed to it. And yeah, I think, yeah, this is a great first match for Trick, kind of breaking out as a single star as well. Makes sense. It is going to be a great match. So yeah, I think this will work really nicely. And Jeff definitely fit in. Before Rey Mysterio was hyping up Roxanne and Thea Hale backstage before Hale asked him about his son Dominic. Rey said he hopes one day Tom will realise who his real family is. Bit of a weird segment there, but you know, kind of worked well. Good for Rey to put them over as well. Before it's time for Von Wagner versus Spawnbreaker. Von went down with an early tackle from the former NXT champ before taking some big hits in the corner. Von came back with some strikes before Bron hit a big clothesline, and Bron went for a standing shooting star press, but Von got his knees up. Bron was overpowered shortly after, and Gon got some massive headbutts. Breaker managed to step back in with a spear and pick up the sudden win. After the match, Braun attacked Mr. Stone, but Von got up and hit a knee shot, putting him through the announcer's desk. And yeah, gets 6 out of 10 from me. Maybe a new side of Von here, who knows? But Breaker getting the win, pretty obvious. But yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to see whether this new Von Wagner will lead to future feuds between these two. Who knows? But yeah, intriguing. Schism then went after Tony D and Stacks next, and the tag champs were brought out the crowbars and causing Gacy and his cult to really retreat quickly. Rhea and Dominic were backstage, and Lyra Valkyria came in to say that Rhea was a manipulator and should let Dom fight on his own tonight. Before it's time for Briggs and Jensen versus Dempsey and Gulak. Dempsey and Jensen were in the ring early on, and Drew got through a hissy fit about not having water inside. Briggs and Jensen then try and toss Drew around as he tagged in. Damon Caitlin showed up and suplexed Jensen to the outside before tossing him back into the ring. Dempsey then took advantage of the distraction, hit the modified Jordan suplex on Jensen, picking up the win. And yeah, it gets 6 out of 10 for me. Big win for Dempsey and Gulak. Kind of the heels, on top of the moment. Kind of feels like this feud's continued, got more legs in it. I'm not sure if it has, but yeah, good win here, 6 out of 10. Kiana James then took on Ivy Nile before James hit Nile with the bag before the bell rang, and once again the match started and she jumped her outside and sent her into the ring post. The match went back inside before the schism came out and surrounded the ring. Kiana was in control throughout most, but Nile came back with some big strikes in the corner. Kiana took her down with a submission before a distraction from overrunning, let James hit the 401k for the win. Nile was being getting cornered in the ring before Schism and Tony D and Seth came out with crowbars to save the day. What say this? And yeah, this gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Big win for Kiana, I have to say. I think I'll do a lot for her, and yeah, the storyline as well, I think complements it pretty well here. So yeah, this was solid stuff. Before backstage, a metaphor warned now and it's fake cutback before Nathan Fraser showed up with a real cup. Fraser made Dar awkwardly admit that he wasn't the real champ in return for a title shot at Heatwave, which, you know, typical heel stuff to do for Dar. Yeah, kind of just makes sense. There was insanity in a way, and it's going to be a great match for Heatwave. Before he got a vignette from Angel Garza in Korea, texting about what their grandfather would think if they saw them now. Before Trick Williams in the parking lot when Dempsey, Gulak and Kent walked up to him. The heels made fun of Williams, challenged William, and Trick challenged Gulak to a match next week, which is going to be great before it's time for Dom versus Lee for the North American title. Lee sent Dom outside early on, and distraction for Rhea and Mysterio allowed the challengers to hit a flying dropkick to the outside. Back after break, Dom taunts his dad from the apron before unloading on Lee in the ring and trying to rip his mask off. Lee then got a dragon screw and sent Dom outside before hitting a big dive into an success. Back in the ring, Dom took a knee to the face before Lee hit the double stomp to the chest in the corner. Dominic dodged a powerbomb and hit a neck breaker before Lee got his knees up for the splash. Dom then kicked out of the powerbomb before Rhea handed Dom his title back. While Ray took the title away from Dominic, Rhea came in with a cheap shot on Lee before Dom hit the Mission Yuku driver for the win. Rhea and Dom got in Ray's face after the match before Lyra Valkyrie attacked Ripley. A brawl broke out and a Judgment Day had to retreat as NXT went off the air. And yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 for me. This was really great. Yeah, another win for Dom. His reign continues, and yeah, I would like to see Wes win the title back, but at the moment I'm so interested in the stuff that they're doing here. Setting a feud as well with Valkyrie, it's going to elevate her as well. So yeah, in a way, I do kind of like it. So yeah, it gets 7 out of 10 from me. This one. Overall, NXT this week gets 7 out of 10 from me. I really enjoyed this week's episode of NXT. I thought there was lots of solid matches on the card that were really enjoyable. And yeah, lots going on as well with the whole Dom stuff that I feel like it has legs to run with it. So yeah, NXT I feel like it's in a decent space at the moment as we build up towards Heatwave. So yeah, on the whole, this gets 7 out of 10 from me. A really enjoyable episode. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks so much for watching. Like I said, I didn't want to go over daily wrestling news and scoring. That's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.